Meta's secret weapon, how Llama AI is changing national security. Imagine if one of the most powerful social media companies in the world, the very same company that brought you Facebook and Instagram, was suddenly at the heart of US national security. Now, this isn't just a sci-fi movie plot. This is real, and it's happening right now. Meta, the tech giant we all know for social media, has just announced that its advanced AI model, Llama, will be used by the US government. But here's the twist. It's not about watching what you're liking on Facebook or Instagram anymore. We're talking about national security here, where Llama could soon be a key player in protecting the country, both online and offline. So why would Meta, a company we associate with likes, posts, and selfies, step into a domain like this? And why would the government turn to a tech company for a tool as critical as national defense? These are the questions we're diving into today, so buckle up. This isn't just about tech. It's about how the future of AI could redefine global security and even change the rules of engagement between tech companies and governments worldwide. Mark Zuckerberg, founder and CEO of Meta, says, "Today, several tech companies are developing leading closed models, but open source is quickly closing the gap. Last year, Llama 2 was only comparable to an older generation of models behind the frontier. This year, Llama 3 is competitive with the most advanced models and leading in some areas." Before we dive into the details, here's the big question. And why would a social media giant like Meta be using it for something as serious as national security? Let's break it down, because this is not your typical AI story. Imagine an AI so powerful and flexible that it's gone from being a helpful assistant for academics to a potential game changer in defense. That's Llama. Think of it as a blend of a large language model, like ChatGPT, combined with multimodal capabilities, meaning it can process not only text, but also images and audio. If you want to know more about these cool concepts, drop a comment, and we'll give you the scoop. No spoilers. In this video, what makes a Llama really intriguing is that it's open source. Meta released Llama to the public, making it available for researchers, developers, and yes, even government agencies to adapt and experiment with. That's almost unheard of for a major AI model, and it raises a whole lot of questions. If you're thinking this AI sounds powerful, you're absolutely right. Llama isn't just a piece of tech. It's a digital powerhouse with the potential to reshape everything from threat detection to disaster response. Let's take a closer look at what it's capable of. Imagine an AI that doesn't just analyze data, but learns from it in real time. Picture Llama detecting suspicious activities in seconds, spotting financial red flags, and even coordinating complex logistics during a crisis. This isn't just a dream scenario. This is what Llama can actually do. With its cutting-edge algorithms, Llama can dive deep into patterns and anomalies. For instance, it could flag irregular transactions that might suggest funding for illicit activities, or identify cyber threats before they breach critical systems. But that's not all. When it comes to logistics, imagine Llama managing supply chains, coordinating assets, and even optimizing military movements. Think of it as a command center in the cloud, helping decision-makers stay one step ahead. And here's the kicker. Llama's ability to adapt. Its open-source nature means agencies can tweak it to meet their specific needs. This AI is designed to be molded to fit a wider array of scenarios. In the hands of the government, Llama could become the ultimate multitasker, guiding actions across diverse and high-stakes missions. On one hand, this move is a big credibility boost for Meta. They're no longer just the social media company. They're stepping up as a serious player in cutting-edge security tech. It's like they're giving these government agencies the starter pack for AI, then handing over the keys so agencies can customize it however they want. But there's another angle to this. Going open source means more transparency and collaboration, which is a huge plus for the tech community and encourages tons of new ideas. But by putting Llama in the hands of government agencies, Meta's stepping into a space usually dominated by traditional defense contractors. So the question is, are they really helping out, or are they trying to reshape the balance of power in national security? It's a big deal with potential consequences that could go way beyond just tech. Now, while companies like OpenAI and Google argue that their AI is too powerful and risky to share with the public, Meta's taking the opposite approach. They're betting that opening up Llama will actually make AI better and safer by letting the public scrutinize and improve it. And they're making this move at a pretty interesting time, right when AI companies are facing more regulations, scrutiny, and a ton of privacy concerns. Nick Clegg, president of global affairs at Meta, summed up their stance, saying, "These kinds of responsible and ethical uses of open-source AI models like Llama will not only support the prosperity and security of the U.S., they will also help establish U.S. open-source standards in the global race for AI leadership." Nice sentiment, Nick, but a bit bold, don't you think? It's a huge claim to say Meta's leading the way in both security and ethics. Let's see if they can really live up to that. Meta's not doing this alone. They're teaming up with some of the biggest names in tech and consulting to bring Llama into the world of national security. We're talking about companies like Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, Lockheed Martin, and a whole lineup of major players like Accenture Federal Services, Booz Allen, Palantir, IBM, and more. And they're already putting Llama to work in some pretty creative ways. Take Oracle, for instance. They're using Llama to speed up aircraft maintenance by processing complicated repair documents, which means critical aircraft can get back in action faster. Then there's Scale AI, who's fine-tuning Llama for specific national security missions, like helping teams plan operations and identify weaknesses in potential adversaries' defenses. With partners like these, Llama's moving from just a research tool to a serious player in national security. And the journey is just beginning. Meta's isn't the only player here. They're entering a high-stakes arena alongside some of the biggest names in tech: Google, Microsoft, Amazon. These tech giants have already set their sights on defense, each bringing their own powerful AI solutions to the table. Now, with Llama, Meta is officially joining the ranks. For companies like Google and Microsoft, defense isn't new territory. Google's AI is already helping analyze satellite images, and Microsoft's Azure platform has been building cloud solutions for the Department of Defense. By entering this space, Meta shifts the game. Why? Well, the stakes in AI have never been higher. With advancements happening at breakneck speed, government agencies need the smartest, most adaptive tools to keep up. And for Meta, entering this space isn't just a business move, it's a statement. They're saying, we're more than social media. We're building the future of intelligence and security. But with more tech giants pushing into defense, what does that mean for us? Will these innovations stay confined to national security, or will we start seeing traces of them in our everyday tech? This crossover between commercial and defense tech might just redefine how we think about privacy, security, and even the role of big tech itself. With all this power comes a very real question. What happens if something goes wrong? AI like Llama is groundbreaking, but it's not perfect. And in the high-stakes world of national security, even a small mistake could have massive consequences. Imagine if Llama, or any AI model, mistakenly flagged an innocent activity as a security threat. Or worse, what if it missed a real threat altogether? In a world where AI is trusted to make rapid, high-impact decisions, these errors aren't just minor inconveniences, they could be catastrophic. AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on, and as adaptable as Llama is, it still can't fully understand context the way a human can. A simple misinterpretation or an overlooked anomaly could lead to costly missteps in critical operations. And then there's the question of security. With Llama being open source, government agencies have the flexibility to modify it, but that also opens the door for vulnerabilities. Could a modified version of Llama fall into the wrong hands? Could it be tampered with or hacked in a way that puts national security at risk? This is the double-edged sword of using powerful AI models in national defense. On one hand, they're incredibly capable, but on the other, they're fallible. So as we move toward a future where AI plays a bigger role in security, we have to ask, how much can we trust it? And what safeguards are in place if things go wrong?
This raises a huge question. Should private tech companies hold this kind of power over national defense? And as they grow more influential, is this partnership serving the public or creating a tech monopoly? A future where a handful of private tech companies have an inside track on defense strategies, access to sensitive data, and the power to shape decisions at the highest levels. Are we comfortable with that? Bringing advanced technology into defense helps government agencies tap into the latest innovations. It makes our national security smarter, faster, and more adaptable. But on the other hand, we have to think about who holds the reins here. If Meta and other companies provide the critical technology, they inevitably gain influence over policies, over decisions, and even over the nature of defense itself. And this isn't just about national security. It's about privacy, control, and the balance of power. With tech companies providing AI models like Llama, there's a risk of shifting too much control from public institutions to private corporations. We're talking about AI-driven surveillance, decision-making, and potentially life-or-death scenarios managed by systems that Meta and others control. So what does this mean for the average citizen? Well, it's a question of trust and accountability. Are we okay with private corporations having this much influence over national security? Or are we venturing into territory where public oversight is at risk? We've covered a lot today, from the groundbreaking potential of Meta's Llama AI in national security to the serious questions around trust, accountability, and the power tech companies now wield. Now, it's your turn. Do you think Meta's move is a smart way to harness the power of technology for national defense? Or are we crossing a line by letting big tech into these high-stakes decisions? As AI continues to grow and expand into new areas, it's not just the government and big tech that need to think about these questions. It's all of us, because ultimately these decisions affect everyone. They shape the world we're living in, from the privacy of our personal data to the security of our countries. Should we trust companies like Meta with national defense technology, or is this a step too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a conversation started. And hey, if you're as fascinated by the intersection of technology, AI, and society as we are, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. We're here to bring you the stories behind the headlines and dive deep into the tech shaping our world. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.